Welcome to Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 4. I'm Sandeep Shrikant. Today I'm at 5-IIM Lucknow's beautiful grounds for the campus round. This institute has become famous or infamous for having one of the most back-breaking and rigorous MBA programs in the country. But it's also a favored destination for students and recruiters and has carved a niche for itself in the areas of marketing, consulting and finance. 5-IIM Lucknow's performance on 5-IIM, however, has dropped over the years. It did quite well in Season 1, finishing at 4th place, but slipped down to 7th in Season 2 and ended Season 3 at the very last position. So we will pay close attention to this year's teams to see how hard they work on improving their institute's standing. 5-IIM Lucknow's challenge is every foodie's delight. It comes from specialty restaurants that owns popular fine dining chains Mainland China, O Calcutta and Sigri. Today's case is about its flagship brand, Mainland China. Take a look. Mainland China, which was started in Mumbai in 1995, has 42 outlets across 22 cities today. It serves cuisine from the Chinese regions of Hunan, Sichuan and Guangdong and prides itself in the authenticity of its food and a dining experience the company describes as a 5-star experience at non-5-star prices. While the restaurants open for dinner at 7:30 p.m., most diners come in only after 9:30. The idle capacity before 9:30 is the problem Mainland China wants to address. A promotion to increase footfalls during this time slot was tried out in 3 restaurants but received lukewarm response. So the company now wants fresh ideas from 5-IIM Lucknow's teams. Their task is to create a strategy to increase footfalls at Mainland China between 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. and make it the destination of choice for early diners. They need to promote this among IT professionals, expats, health-conscious guests who believe in dining early, after-shopping diners, as well as groups interested in parties and get-togethers. Now that's a case that I wouldn't mind sinking my teeth into. I'm at Mainland China in Lucknow today and I'm joined by the two teams, Mark Stunners and Dial M. Guys, welcome to 5-IIM, and I'm sure you've been to this restaurant before?
Yes.
Well, I'm guessing you have your numbers, facts, figures and thoughts in place for your presentations later today. What I think could be an added asset to both teams is a well-rounded knowledge of Chinese food. So we've got a little test set up for you to test just how good your knowledge is. I'm going to give you 7 sets of ingredients that are required in a typical spectacular Chinese meal. And what I need you to do is identify, according to the list that I give you, one ingredient from each of those 7 sets. And the team that brings me their list the quickest with the maximum number of correct ingredients gets to have lunch with me here at Mainland China. Mark Stunners, do you want to start?
Yes.
There you go. Best of luck, guys. So this is what the teams need to identify and bring back to me. Pak choy from the set of vegetables. Oyster sauce from among 5 different sauces. The sui mai variety of dim sums. The shiitake variety from among 5 types of mushrooms. Vermicelli from the noodle stable. Jasmine tea from all these different kinds of teas. And the 5 spices that constitute Chinese 5-spice mixture, that is clove, cinnamon, Szechuan pepper, star anise and fennel seed. Let's see how well they fare. Team Mark Stunners are starting with the mushrooms.
So guys, we have shit case mushrooms.
This is a normal mushroom.
I guess this one will be better. I don't know. Try this.
Put this
Think
first.
random. Okay, pick it up.
Seems like a shot in the dark.
Dim sum.
This wouldn't be the one.
Shall we try this?
Oh, don't they realize that's a spring roll?
Noodles have vermicelli noodle. This one.
That was quick.
5 spices are there.
You have to take 5 spices, is it?
Yeah.
This is tricky.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's okay.
Well, it looks like they've only got cinnamon and star anise right.
This jasmine tea, right? Yeah. Smell it. No, this is not. This is jasmine. Put it. Jasmine tea is done. Oyster sauce. This looks like chili sauce. Okay. Just try smelling it. You just try smelling that one. I try this. Choose this one. Yeah, choose this one. This is a safe bet.
The safe bet may not always be the right bet.
So we're left with only one, na? Vegetables.
Which vegetable is it?
It's pak choy.
One of these.
Yeah, we'll just put this in. I think most of things are right? Hopefully we should be right.
And Team Mark Stunners finish in exactly 4 minutes. Let's see if Team Dial M does any better.
Shiitake mushroom. Which one looks like
I'm not
shiitake
sure.
mushroom?
I'm sure about jasmine tea.
Jasmine tea. Done.
Jasmine tea.
Go to the jasmine tea.
They certainly seem to be communicating better.
Yeah, this is jasmine tea.
Done. Oyster sauce. This doesn't look like oyster.
Finally, someone is tasting.
Oyster is dark colored or light colored? This one, na? Done.
Vermicelli, I guess this is vermicelli. Vermicelli.
Thin noodles. This is
This is vermicelli for sure.
Everyone knows vermicelli, but we eat a lot of it, don't we?
You have to figure out pak choy out of this.
Green oil. But this is cauliflower.
Cauliflower? Really?
This is not. This is something different. I guess this would be the one. Yeah, for this one.
But pak choy could be Chinese name for this. Okay, take that.
Less Kotler, more Kylie Kwong perhaps?
Swimmy dim sums. I think this.
Dim sums, they all are dim sums.
Shiitake. No.
No, shiitake is mushroom. Shiitake is mushrooms.
So this is not the one.
I think this. Is.
Which one looks like suimui?
I think this.
Okay, take that now. Select 5 spices.
That was 8 treasures. Eliminate 3 Indian spices. You take something Chinese. This is dhania, coriander. This you take.
I'll just take this one.
I think this will be done.
Yeah, this will be the one.
I think this is the last one.
Looks like they've got 4 out of 5 spices right.
We are done. We are done.
And Dial M also complete the task in 4 minutes. So teams, was that fun?
Yeah, it was.
Let's start with the first plate. Mark Stunners, you went first and you had 2 out of 7 right. I just wish you'd spent a little more time perhaps smelling, perhaps even tasting some of the ingredients. You would have definitely known, for example, that this is basil and not pak choy. Our second team, Dial M, you had 5 out of 7 right, but this is tofu. It's definitely not pak choy. All right, but very well done otherwise. And does this give you a little bit more confidence going into the presentation?
Definitely, we feel it would be a confidence booster.
And are you going to be ordering sui mai for lunch?
Sure, we will.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial and lunch break here. But when we come back, we'll have the presentations from 5-IIM Lucknow.
You all are seeming to suggest very similar things.
Is there any value apart from food and beverage which you think a consumer would be looking at?
Music and entertainment could be essentially part where people feel engaged.
Challenge here is to get to 7 to 9. Challenge here is not to get them in.
Welcome back. You're watching Season 4 of Lessons in Marketing Excellence. We're at 5-IIM Lucknow for our campus round. And our mentor company today is Specialty Restaurants. Joining us on the jury today are Mr. Govindarajan, Vice President Skin Cleansing South Asia at Hindustan Unilever, Mr. Firoz Sadri, Director Operations at Specialty Restaurants, and Anuradha Sengupta, Features Editor, CNBC TV 18. Our first team to present today is Mark Stunners. Guys, if you're ready, you'll have 3 minutes and your time starts now.
Good afternoon. The theme of our recommendation revolves around a segmentation done on the basis of consumer profile and on the location of the outlets. The segments identified were first being the young starters, who mainly constitute IT professionals who eat out frequently on weekends and weekdays with friends and family. Second being the entertainment lovers, who love going out for shopping and movies with friends to malls and multiplexes. Third being the networking executives, who are mainly corporate starters like businessmen and management executives, who mainly dine out for networking purposes. Finally, the family diners, who are married couples frequenting shopping malls and theme parks, who usually go out on weekends. Based on the store locations, we again classified the outlets into 4 segments, the ones being near the residential zones, the IT parks, the commercial zones, and the shopping zones. We analyze the consumer profiles and their food cycles to understand their preferences and eating habits. To attract them, we recommend MLC to come up with certain strategies which include sliding discounts, wherein we propose discounts in 3 slabs in timings from 7:30 to 8 p.m., 8 to 8:30 p.m., and 8:30 to 9 p.m. in descending order of discounts. Then sweepstakes, which would include complimentary dishes for patrons based on the size of the table, etc. Taking a deep dive into the analysis, we recommend MLC activities and initiatives which are broken down into 3 categories. First being the offerings, the second being the BTL activities, and third being the franchisee-driven initiatives which would be customized depending on the location of the outlets. Starting with the residential zone outlets, frequented mostly by family diners and entertainment lovers, we propose to offer live counter for enthusiastic housewives, and again birthday and anniversary celebration packages. Under the BTL activities, we propose signboards at prominent junctions and bus stations around the residential locations. Then sweepstakes would be an effective franchisee initiative if franchisees are ready to take such initiatives. For outlets in IT zones frequented mostly by young starters, bulk and corporate discounts would be the best offering. We propose putting up banners at food courts and roll-up display stands in cafeterias, and package deal for team parties as a part of the BTL activities, as mostly team parties is the usual trend with the IT crowd. For commercial zone outlets, where the expected consumer profile is networking executives, we plan to offer business meeting packages. The BTL activities which we recommend include sending personalized emails and SMS offers. Then the franchisee initiative would include giving price offs for the second person who accompanies the networking executive on the business meetings. Finally, for the outlets in the shopping zones, the consumers range mostly from young starters, entertainment lovers, and to family diners. The offering would include tying up with movie screens for displaying ads during the intervals and movie breaks. We propose retail activities like valet parking, display at entry and exit points at malls, and displaying banners near movie booking counters and elevators. The franchisee activity initiatives would include some live music or maybe a guitar performance depending on the inclination of the franchisee owner. Thus, to sum it up, a detailed research and analysis suggests that the young starters and networking executives who constitute a major proportion of the mainland China consumer base have the highest conversion potential for being early diners at MLC. Thank you.
What kind of marketing activity do you think you can take for young starters to position mainland China as a place, as a go-to destination for celebrations, parties, whatever else?
Young starters are the ones who usually frequent malls and multiplexes mostly on weekdays as well as on weekends. So maybe we can play a sort of a small ad in between the movie breaks or during the intervals wherein we display that mainland China is there in that particular mall or in the vicinity, and they have some good discounts for such kind of a consumer segment during the early dining hours. Again, there are some young couples who actually have the time restrictions and have to reach home a bit early. So we can actually emphasize that ours is the place where we start early and we have some discounts for you. And this is the right place for you to dine.
Is there any value apart from food and beverage which you think a consumer would be looking at during this period between 7 and 9?
Music and entertainment could be essentially part where people feel engaged in this. Small guitar performance could be very well received in terms of people coming in and just enjoying the dinner after a heavy shopping which they did. Or we have these lot of festivals which go around in mainland China in terms of Chinese New Year. So at that point of time, we could have some performance by the staff so that people can actually feel more engaged.
Again, maybe on weekends where the rush of the family crowd is much more, we may open up some live counters wherein some chef gives some suggestions to the housewives who are very enthusiastic and inquisitive on knowing about the Chinese cuisine and how to make some kind of dishes.
So you've spoken to a lot of people before you've come up with these solutions. What would you identify as the key triggers or barriers to early dining?
The major problem that we identified during the discussions that we had was they had an initial inertia that they didn't want to change their usual lifestyles that they have, as in the evenings they usually have late snacks as in around 6 o'clock and all. Then after that again they work or they watch some daily soaps and serials, and after that they move out for dinner.
Okay, so in the case, specialty restaurants has said very categorically that they've tried this. They've tried dine by 9 as a promotional strategy with a 25% discount to people who came in to dine by 9 o'clock, okay? And it says very clearly here that the response was lukewarm. Did you find out why it was lukewarm? Because you all are seeming to suggest very similar things. So you made these consumer segments, great, but what will I get if I go there to dine early, given that I don't want to dine early because I eat snacks at 6? Why would I go?
Essential way to actually look at it is young starters or people who would actually get easily motivated by the people who actually accompany them. It's very easy for them to actually change their bit of dining habits on a weekends rather than a family dining who have a husband who comes late and you cannot actually make them to come early. But young starters are people who will have more time over the weekend. That's where majorly we can concentrate on the initial part. In addition to the other engagement activities which initially suggested in terms of entertainment programs, guitar performances, musics, and better engagement from the mainland China at the franchisee level. So in terms of franchisee initiatives during the entertainment part and other offerings.
Well done, mark stunners. We'll see if you get stunning marks from the judges very soon. We're going to take a quick break here, but when we come back, we'll have the presentation from our second team, Dial M.
Do you think discounts, free desserts is enough motivation?
To attract the bargainers, they need to come up with attractive price menus.
Isn't there a big risk in going with bargainers?
What is this thali, Chinese thali that you all have come up with? Firoz?
Welcome back. You're watching Season 4 of Lessons in Marketing Excellence. We're on campus at 5-IIM Lucknow, and our second team ready with their solutions to the case from specialty restaurants on mainland China is Dial M. Guys, you'll have 3 minutes. Your time starts Now,
we started off by doing a qualitative research through in-depth interviews, and based on that, we derived a lifestyle-based segmentation for fine dining customers with 4 segments. The first segment being exotic customers, which consists of top executives and business people who can afford to spend rupees 1,000 or more per meal. They usually eat in small groups, mostly to entertain peers for social networks and clients. The second segmentation being executives and professionals who are willing to spend in the range of 500 to 800 per meal. The third segment was quick and convenient diners that represents the population that spends rupees 300 to 500 per meal, and they prefer quick service served affordable meals at good quality and taste. The fourth segment is the bargainers. This segment constitutes of customers that affords to spend rupees 100 to 200 per meal. They are price conscious consumers who are less keen on service quality and environment. We found out 23 attributes which constitute a delightful dining experience. Based on the 23 attributes and 5 major competitors of mainland China, we plotted a perceptual map on which mainland China was placed favorably in the 3 main buckets, that is food, service and atmosphere. It has a very upscale image in the minds of the consumers, which partly goes with the motto 5-star experience in non-5-star prices. The prices are reasonable for the 3 segments, that is executives and professionals and quick and convenient. But to attract the bargainers, they need to come up with attractive price menus. Now coming to the recommendations part, our BTL strategy consists of the following 6 recommendations to encourage early dining culture in mainland China. The first strategy is early bird loyalty cards. We wish to designate early bird dining hours and give out special identification cards to customers offering discount on their bills when they dine during these hours. The second is happy hours, which offers free dessert to all early diners, or best delicacy free if the bill reaches a certain amount before 9 p.m. that is from a selected menu. The third is weekend special, which is special low priced meal consisting of 1 appetizer, 1 main course and 1 dessert in the 7 to 9 p.m. slot. The fourth suggestion is a buffet system in the 7 to 9 p.m. slot. The fifth one being special occasions. To promote special occasions like birthdays or office parties before 9 p.m. Provide special decorations or special menu, or offer a free dessert or a complimentary gift discount if the party ends before 9 p.m. And the final recommendation is menu R&D. Experiment with new recipes and menus and get feedback from the customers. Now, in order to map our recommendations on the basis of a target segment and the location of the outlets of mainland China, we have done it in the following ways, like IT guest and after office short meetings. The underlying motivation for them dining is the socialization with business clients. So the areas of focus of recommendation could be loyalty cards, a free champagne on special occasions, etc. The second segment is birthdays, get-togethers that are mostly visible in the residential areas. So the underlying motivation behind these is pleasure and celebration with friends and families. So we wish to emphasize this through buffet system and giving some Chinese mementos to the students, to the children, so as a memento to them, so that they can relate with the Chinese culture and the other children can also see and desire to go to mainland China for their birthdays also. The second last segment is expat, which like to dine early. For them, loyalty cards for permanent residents. And finally, the health conscious guest, which the underlying motivation is that they believe in early dining. So for them, menu R&D and loyalty cards are the way forward. Thank you.
You spoke about 4 categories of diners. You spoke about offering the bargainers something more to get them in. Do you feel it would be the right strategy to come in to promote bargainers, because that price band, rupees 100 to 200, do you think it's the right price band within which a brand like mainland China should operate?
So the initial 3 segmentations that we have said, they are the target segment which is already coming to mainland China at hours after 8:30 p.m. So if we want to invite the potential consumers before 8:30 or from 7:30 onwards, this is the target segment we should focus on, because this is the target segment which is price conscious. And if we are offering some discounts or buy one get one free kind of schemes to them, so they would be more receptive to these kind of discounts.
What about their lifestyle? I'm not talking about bargainers, I'm talking about the others. What is it that they seek between 7 to 9, which can be offered at mainland China better than just getting it anywhere else?
If we see Indian consumer psyche, so if we assume that the exotic diners and the executives and professionals are free from their office by 6:30, so if they want to dine, they prefer to have some drinks before they dine. But if what we observe in other countries like China, Germany, we see that the drinks, etc., are taken with the meal itself.
So what can mainland China do that can fit into this?
So the suggestion about the loyalty card could be bring in here, because like if you give them a certain loyalties identification card, then they will be definitely enticed to come in again and again, and hosting office parties and offering free champagnes or something like that. That could probably entice them to come.
Do you think discounts, free desserts is enough motivation for a person to come in at a time which is not suited to him?
So the target segment that we are catering to, that we are planning to target is the bargainers who have, for us, who have never been to mainland China, or once or twice have been to mainland China just for the experience sake. But if they are able to come to mainland China and boast in their friend circle that I have been to mainland China so many times, it's a kind of a social thing that the target segment could be looking for. So I guess it's a good enough motivation to dine half an hour or 1 hour early.
What is this thali, Chinese thali that you all have come up with? Firoz, next time I come to mainland China, shall I ask for a Chinese thali? Explain what is this idea?
So players like Pizza Hut, they are offering weekday special meals in which they offer one starter, one appetizer, one main course and one dessert. So it is pretty much cheap. It's around 125 and you are done. So basically it's on the similar lines, because once you know that it's a fixed thali, you're kind of assured that it won't be that costly, and same goes with the case with the buffet. So this probably entices them to come in an early slot since they know that their bill is not going to shoot up beyond a certain limit.
Okay.
Well done, Dial M. Will you be dialing V for victory? We'll know soon enough. And we're going to take a minute now to give our judges some time to deliberate and decide which team gets to represent IIM Lucknow in the semi-finals. The judges analyzed the teams based on their suggestions as well as their handling of the Q&A.
On the research part, I think the first team was better.
I would not want to go to mainland China and have entertainment in the background.
And from that, I found the second group to be far clearer, and they had a lot of clarity. In contrast to the first group, what we saw is they recommended everything under the sun.
While we listened in, the teams critiqued their own performance on the other side of the campus.
The presentation went well, and we are confident about the results. We are ambitious people, and we hope that we'll get good results.
I think both of them spoke on pretty similar lines, but the very fact that they stuck to their guns.
But they stuck to that bargainers. Go after the guys who can spend less.
I guess the question on why, how would you entice the exotic and the executives and professionals, that we could have handled in a much better manner.
So I have the results with me, and in what was a very close contest, the winners of LIME Season 4 on campus here at IIM Lucknow, the team that will go on to the semi-finals are Team Dial M. Well done, Dial M. And Firoz, can I quickly ask you why the jury picked this team today?
Both teams, very good research, very little to choose from, a very fine line between the two teams. But ultimately, I think the power of the idea and the conviction gave it away to Dial M.
So thank you, judges. Congratulations once again to both teams. Dial M. We'll see you soon in the semi-finals. And that brings us to the end of this campus round of LIME from IIM Lucknow. Do join us next week right here on CNBC TV 18.
Actually, we are feeling very happy. Luck, hard work and determination all are playing. So we won the game at mainland China. We won here also. So hoping forward this continues for the next round also. Actually, we were very confident about it, but later on when we heard the results, so that came into reality. So we are very happy now. Actually, most probably our teamwork was there, and we all, for the case study also, we all sat together and discussed each and every bit of it, so that in the campus round, we are able to answer each and every question. So for the semi-finals, I think we have done pretty much well here, and most probably looking forward to that opportunity also. For the next round, we will come up with more consumer insights, and we'll focus on more primary research so that we can come up with a better solution and overall solution. In the next round, we'll try to gain as much consumer insights as we can and also focus more on our primary research. For the next round, we are looking forward towards more primary research and more consumer insights so that we can come up with a better solution now. For us, we sat together and we just hope we win, and we were very confident about our approach. And finally, when this thing came into reality, so we are very happy now. So actually, we are feeling very happy. Luck, hard work and determination all are playing for us, and we are very happy for it. So we won the game at mainland China, and we won here also. So hoping forward and hoping that we win in the next round also. So we won the game at mainland China. We won here also. So hoping forward this continues for the next rounds also.